So I was on restrictions in St. John's, which meant I did something wrong. I can't remember what the fuck it was. But anyway, they restricted me, and I'm picking up at that point, and it was my first concert that I ever went to at Madison Square Garden, and here it goes. A week after I was off restriction, I heard through the grapevine that a huge concert was happening at Madison Square Garden. On the bill were AC/DC, Ted Nugent, and the headliner, the gods of rock themselves, Black Sabbath. How do you like that? That's some bill, huh? AC/DC opening up. I was amped and immediately began organizing my stash for the event. I had some weed, hash, and money for tickets, liquor, and other concert essentials. There was only one thing I still didn't have, and that was a date. Having a date at a concert back then was crucial, because if you took a girl to a show, she was yours forever, or for at least a week afterwards anyway. There was this chick, I won't say her name, but I referred to her as, girls weren't too much up on the hygiene back then. So her nickname was Super Bush, and if you as I said in the book, she looked like she had Robert Plant in a leg lock. But you have to get the book to. Don't take that out of context, ladies. I'm not a pervert, but you know. So I'm just giving you the backstory there. I knew Super Bush wasn't gonna go with me, but just to make sure I had to get a date, I bought 2 tickets. It would be the hottest concert of the year, and all I had to do was find a girl to take with me. I couldn't ask any of the locals from Rockaway because all the good-looking ones already had boyfriends. I didn't like any of the white girls at PS 180, and the sisters didn't go for that type of heavy rock music. At that point, landing a date for the show was looking grim. The concert was fast approaching, and I still didn't have a girl to go with me. I walked around with the tickets in my pocket as a potential bargaining chip, just in case I met that special someone. One day, after hanging out in the Circle was, to tell you the history of Rockaway Beach, it was this area at 116, and it was like a circular area, and that's what, when the Ramones sang about Rockaway Beach, that's what they were talking about, because everybody used to hitch down Woodhaven and Cross Bay Boulevard out to Rockaway Beach, and that was where everybody hung out, including the Ramones, everybody. That was like the spot. It was referred to as the Circle. One day, after hanging out in the Circle drinking, I was walking down 116th Street, and as I passed the Baskin Robbins and looked inside, working behind the counter was the owner's daughter, Nadine. She was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. She was a thin 17-year-old with beautiful long wavy brown hair and an amazing smile. At first I just stood outside and watched her, thinking of what to say. I waited for all the customers to leave before I made my entrance. I ordered ice cream and had a whole line of bullshit prepared, but as soon as she said hello, it all went out the window. I was like Jackie Gleason's character, Ralph Cramden, on that episode of The Honeymooners when he made it onto the $60,000 question TV show. The first music trivia question they asked Ralph was to name the composer of a song that Norton was warming up with the whole time he and Ralph were practicing. Well, unfortunately, he kept telling Norton to stop playing it and never bothered to find out who the composer was. So Ralph's reaction when he heard it on the show, hummina, 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 Ed Norton. My rap went something like that, except I finished it off with me holding up my Black Sabbath tickets and choking on the words, you, wanna go with me? She nodded, yes. What? I asked. She said she loved to go, and her response blew me away. We made plans to meet, and then as I turned to walk out, she yelled, hey, what about your ice cream? I said, what ice cream? She just laughed as I walked outside and waved goodbye. Then she smiled and waved back at me.